Hello and welcome back to my Pokemon Journeys review series. Today we are reviewing episode 57 and I hope you enjoy. So this episode has probably gotten lost by a lot of people because of the massive news today for the games, but this episode was actually really good. If I could sum it up in one word, it would be wholesome. This review might be a little short because not a lot actually happened, but it was still really enjoyable. The episode begins with Krissa, or Kakuna in Japanese. We get to see a little bit into her life in this episode, which I really like. You can see she's obsessed with Psyduck and she's got loads of pictures of it. Meanwhile, we get another peek into the Cerise household and everyone seems to be busy. Professor Cerise is off researching, Chloe's mum is off drawing, and Parker, her brother, is sleeping over Nami's house, who is the girl from the Feebas episode. So some nice continuity right there. So Chloe is left all on her own for the night. Also, it is scheduled to snow, so Ash and Go are going to venture out to look for some ice type Pokemon, so that really does leave Chloe all on her own. She heads back to the lab and Gengar pops out scaring Ren, and Chloe says it must be annoyed that Ash left it behind, which made me laugh as it's always left behind, therefore it's always annoyed. But Krissa says to Chloe why doesn't she come to hers for the night as she would be alone, and they have a little girls' night in and get to know each other and have dinner, which is really wholesome. Character bonding and development. The slice of life moments which we're so used to seeing in Sun and Moon, we've barely gotten any in Journeys, so I really liked that aspect of this episode. They go shopping, get a bunch of stuff, and Chloe gets back to her house to find all the crazy Psyduck pictures, so she's like, what the hell is this woman obsessed with a Psyduck for? Meanwhile, Ash and Go are out in the snow looking for ice types and they find none. Ash is hungry and cold and they just leave. Typically a pack of Lapras show up just as they leave, so they miss out on that. But instead they go to a ramen shop which looks exactly like the one from Naruto. Again, the second week in a row I'm comparing something to Naruto. They meet a guy with a Psyduck and a blue scarf and they eat ramen together. And at the same time at Krissa's house they're talking about everything. They have a whole bonding session. Chloe notices the picture of her and the Psyduck with the trainer who Ash and Go are currently eating ramen with, and straight away Chloe thinks Krissa is obsessed with the trainer, not the Psyduck. We learn a bit more about Krissa's backstory. She failed for a job and got real depressed at one point, and then Psyduck and the trainer snapped her out of it with a good old fashioned snowball fight. So that's the reason behind her feelings towards this Psyduck and its trainer. But she says she never saw them again after this moment, which made Chloe sad. And it was, you could see how much she cared towards them, so it'd be hard to never see them again. The next morning Chloe arrives back at the lab, and this is when Ash and Go reveal that they saw the Psyduck trainer. So Chloe is thinking she needs to get them back together to meet one more time. It's really building as a romantic story at this point, and I was shocked that it was going in this direction, at the moment anyway. They rushed around town looking for the trainer and they finally find him on the same bench that Krissa was on before, and the two long lost friends reunite. They're both blushing, it's like a scene from a romantic anime, but then last minute Krissa runs towards the Psyduck instead of the trainer, and I saw this coming before it happened and it was honestly hilarious. Pokemon was never going to go romantic. Krissa was only obsessed with the Psyduck and I loved it. It was a great ending. They snap a quick picture and this is pretty much it. Krissa is happy again after seeing this Psyduck. Honestly, this was a great episode. It had me confused at times whether it was going down the romantic route or not, but in the end it made perfect sense and I loved every minute. It wasn't action packed, it didn't add in unnecessary scenes like some episodes have been doing recently. It was just a wholesome slice of life episode. So overall this episode gets a 7 out of 10, but a really positive 7. Let me know your thoughts on this episode. Did you enjoy it? What's your rating out of 10? Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.